Shaboing boing, what's going on, Eric? And the breadheads, of course. Welcome to another episode of Think Fresh.
Think fresh in this bitch. What is good? Man, this is episode 2 of a doubleheader, Ty.
Oh yeah, that's right. We are back in the booth. Breadheads who went back to back listening to episodes should recognize that the reverberation in this audio booth is the same as the previous episode because we are recording both of these before Eric departs on his trip to Los Angeles.
That's right. We keep the breadheads, stacked. You know what I mean? We give you the content no matter what's going on in our personal lives, whether we're traveling the world or doing whatever. We always keep to our schedule.
But at time of listening, the breadheads, you should be like what, like in Malibu on a beachside cafe. Where will you be when they're listening to this? Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon. It's a good question. I'm probably at Craig's at this point.
Nice.
This will be when I have my early Craig's rezo before my Comedy Store activation.
That's going to be a great day. I'm really excited for you, dude.
Absolutely. Ty, our wine is long gone. So we are on fumes right now.
But just like a friend, like you won't remember their names, but you'll remember how they made you feel. And that's how the wine is affecting me right now, Eric.
100%. We finished that bottle like 10 minutes into the episode.
Record time. Yeah.
Insane.
Dude, I'm excited for you to go to Craig's because I love the feeling of paparazzi giving me the eye up and down when I walk past them to enter the restaurant. It's like, they're like, is he important? And then you're like, nah, looks like a podcaster. Let him in.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy to be judged that quickly by some dude wearing Birkenstocks.
Yeah, totally.
You know
like the dude's got like the Peaky Blinders hat on, and then he's like gonna judge me.
100%, dude. Dude goes to sleep wearing a tweed suit, but he's gonna say like, "Yo, this guy is not worth being photographed."
He's not it. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
Crazy.
But I mean, I go to these hot spots, and like they're expecting.
Ty goes to the hot spots.
I go to the hot spots, like they're like sell your hot spot on. Am I right? But they're outside the hot spots. They're expecting a celebrity. I'm going there because I'm expecting a celebrity as well.
We're all there for the same reason.
We're all looking for a Jenner around and out and about in Los Angeles, and it never happens. So I think next time I go to LA, Eric, I think I'm gonna do a celebrity bus tour. I think it's time.
Oh, shit.
You know why? Because everyone says they're kitschy, but I think it'd be kind of funny because you just like you're on a bus and you're like pointing at like The Rock in his like garden, and you're like hi, and you're like waving, and it's just this like goofy ass like cultural thing that can only really happen in Los Angeles. And I think it's so funny because you walk over the store, you're like yeah, I saw DiCaprio like walking his dog,
Walking his new girlfriend
or his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's a really interesting thing. You're right. I don't think anywhere else we could get the same experience, and it makes me wonder why. Like, yeah, LA is a place for celebrities to hang out and pretend to be normal, but why is that? They don't get like a tax break. You know what I mean?
I'm sure they get lots of breaks for being celebrities.
In
I think
LA?
you're just gifted passports to any country you want.
I guess if you're just amongst your people, then it becomes normalized.
Yeah.
Like it takes out of towners like us to break the norm. But if you live there, I'm sure you see Chris D'Elia in Erewhon every once in a while.
Yeah, you're right. The weird part is I'm pointing at them and taking pictures like there's some sort of zoo animal.
Yeah, I mean they kind of are.
They skew taller, like a giraffe.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is interesting. So I'm actually kind of skeptical of these tourist hotspots like Craig's. Like in the Google description, it says celebrity hotspot. So I'm like, okay, obviously this is a known thing. Are the celebrities wise enough to just avoid it because they don't want to be seen?
Right.
Or is there a contractual agreement where it's like, I need to promote a movie, so I'm going to go to Craig so that people can see me,
I think it's probably the second one where you're like, if you want to keep it low key, you can go in the back, go and hit the patio or a dark corner. But for the most part, I want a little taste of like that paparazzi experience, but I'm not going to like, I don't know, walk around the fountain at the Grove, It's not
As a celebrity
as
or
a
as a
celebrity.
normie?
No, as a celebrity. You're like, I just want a little taste of it, you know? I want people to remember that I'm still relevant, but I'm not going to grace the front page. I'm going to be on in the third page of TMZ.
Right. I don't want to like smack my girl
Mm-hmm.
outside Craig's. I'm just gonna walk in, you know.
Yeah, this isn't blow up a car news. This is like I just got some cacio e pepe tonight.
Yeah. Interesting. So of course I'll be going to Craig's. I'll be going to Horses as well. Buzzing, LA spot. I'll be at the Lakers game. Surely there'll be some famous people sitting courtside.
Hell yeah. They didn't offer you courtside?
They didn't offer me courtside.
That sucks,
No.
I'm so sorry.
I still have to pay for courtside.
Dude, that's so sad.
It's okay.
Podcaster representation matters.
It really does. It really does.
Like,
why does like Jim Carrey get special treatment and Ty and Eric don't?
You know why? I think it's because the announcers are threatened by the new era of podcasting. Like it's men with voices that people like, and it's not your traditional announcer like tone.
100%. However, Drake, when he goes to Toronto basketball games, he is given the headset. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, that's great.
When he's given the microphone, sitting courtside next to the two boys in suits, he's there in his Canadian tuxedo, giving the play-by-play as well. They gave him the mic for the last 4 minutes of the game, and it was a close game.
Oh.
And he's just like talking shit, and they're like going back and forth on the basketball court. Ty. Dude, it's crazy.
Well, that would add to the tension in the room for sure. So more of that, please. But Drake realistically should be a podcaster, not a rapper. And the reason I say that is because him, like us, just like loves a cheesy one-liner.
No, dude, you've seen the Lil Yachty episode with him on it. It's not very good.
That's true. I guess he is like more premeditated than us. We're off rip. I don't think he's got the the freestyle bars that he would need if he was to get in the red lit booth with us.
Ty, the problem is on a podcast, there's no backing soundtrack. You know what I mean? There's no instrumental.
Yeah, there's no 40 here.
We need some 808s in order for Drake to get his thoughts off.
Yeah, totally. So do you want to tell me a few things about Subway while I lay down a beat?
Is this for me?
That was for you, buddy.
No, that's not for me.
That's okay.
It's really not for me.
You were also premeditated.
That's right. Ty, speaking of LA and Subway, you had a little fact for me.
Oh, yeah, dude. I wanted to provide you some advice before you depart on your journey to Los Angeles. I learned recently that this is like an LA Subway hack for all the listeners.
Only in LA?
Only in Los Angeles. If it rains in Los Angeles, which it seldom does, I checked the weather for you. I don't think you're going to get rain this week. But if it does, if God wills it, you can go into a Subway to seek shelter from the weather. And when you're in there, if you order a foot long and then you say, hey, can you turn that foot long into a Southern California special? You know what they will do, Eric? They will make you a 6-inch foot long and give it to you for free with your purchase.
A 6-inch foot long?
Or sorry, a 6-inch sandwich. My mistake. You'll get an additional 6 inches added to your foot long.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. It's just a rainy day special for the Subway connoisseur in Southern California.
This is a real thing?
This is a real thing. I learned about this the other day. A Southern California special. That's what they call it.
Oh, wow.
And then every sandwich out is like, all right, boss, and free sixer.
Holy shit. That's actually pretty amazing.
It's pretty cool, right?
So how many rainy days does LA get? Probably 20?
Maybe.
For the whole year?
Yeah, maybe 5.
Maybe 5. I've been there on a rainy day, I'll be honest.
I wish you knew this fact then.
This was back in 2018. We had no Subway podcast.
That's true.
This was back when I hadn't eaten Subway in probably a decade.
The dark ages.
The dark ages. My dry spell.
These are your golden years.
Absolutely. These are my golden brown years.
Damn, lightly toasted.
Damn. That's a cool fact. I'm actually hoping it rains while I'm on vacation because I like to create some content and get a free sixer at Subway.
Free sixer. Yeah, it really does add an excitement to traveling because that's my biggest fear is that the weather's going to screw me over. But now that I know that, I want to know what are my rainy day opportunities in every city. every city probably has a thing like this. You can go to like Starbucks and get like a triple hot chocolate mocha in like Seattle probably. I'm sure they got something.
Well, speaking of like, I don't know, perks of being in LA, there's a thing where like if the Lakers score or keep their opponent down to a certain number of points, everyone in the stands gets free tacos.
No way.
And I think it's sponsored by Taco Bell. And so like you need to be in the LA area to go and redeem this. And I guess you just show the final box score in order to get your tacos. And who knows, maybe on this trip I'll get free tacos, Ty.
That would be just as good as an extra 6 inches, to be honest. Now, question for you. You have a strict moral code, Eric, which is that you don't purchase stadium food. This is a bit of a gray area. Does the free tacos obtained at a stadium count as stadium food?
Well, I don't think you get them at the stadium. I think you go to Taco Bell, show them the score, and be like, hey, I think we get tacos.
Yeah. You gotta go to the Bell, but you acquired permission, or like
from Crypto.com Arena.
From Crypto.com Arena, yeah. From SoFi Stadium, you're like,
damn.
They are the ones that gave you the opportunity to get the tacos. So in a way, you did get them at the stadium.
Wow, that is a good point. The answer is no, Ty. It's unacceptable. I would never eat at a stadium. There's no point. Eating at a stadium while on vacation is just as bad as going to Subway when on vacation. Because think about it, like you could be eating at any famous restaurant that you might only ever eat at once. You know what I mean? There's a chance that you'll never come back because who knows? Like global pandemic will just decimate it.
The world's a big place.
Exactly.
I disagree though, because whether I'm traveling or not, Eric, my stomach's a bottomless pit. I will fit any food in it necessary, and that includes a stadium shebang bang. You know,
Ty, we are not very different people. You know what I mean? But I'm willing to fill it with Michelin Guide food
exclusively.
Pretty much exclusively.
It's pretty hard to get full at a Michelin restaurant. The portions are so teeny tiny.
That's what the poor people say.
Damn it! You caught me.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of Nobu on my feed recently, and I'm thinking like this Thanksgiving Nobu trip might have to happen, Ty.
Yeah, dude, it's meant to no be.
I'm gonna take my Nobu there.
Oh shit!
Just kidding. She is my yes boo.
Yeah, no kidding. Nobu. That sounds like Brigham Young's Virginity Club would come up with that name.
Yeah, that's a Valentine's Day special.
Yeah.
Nobu.
Have you eaten anything recently, Eric, that appeals to you? Anything that gets you, I don't know, bricked up, you know?
Oh, I got really bricked up yesterday for my Sunday run, Ty. I had to refuel after my run, and I went to a nice little cafe in Vancouver, which you know about, Le Marché St. George.
A local dive.
And I would say it's probably the quietest cafe in all of Canada. It's so quiet there. Like I'm scared to like tap my fork on the plate.
Oh yeah, I noticed that the barista doesn't ask you what they want; they just stare at you. Like they don't even open their mouth.
That place, they have a strange barista choice. I'll admit. I feel very uncomfortable the entire time I'm there. But this is one of the rare opportunities or rare times, Ty, that I've felt bad for not tipping.
You felt bad for not tipping. Okay.
I don't usually have a lot of remorse in general.
Yeah, because like, why tip on a cafe order?
I would never tip on a cafe, but Ty, this place has the best quiche in Vancouver, and I'm kind of a quiche spurt, if I do say so myself.
Interesting. I don't really go for the quiche, and I don't go for the quiche because it's always too wet.
Well, that's because you haven't had one here.
Well, I should try the Le Marché St. George quiche.
Quiches are usually like you're eating a brick or you're eating a wet sopping pile of omelet.
It's like mud.
Just eating mud in a pie crust.
Yeah.
But this place, it's really, really good.
Okay.
I had the special, and unfortunately for you, it was a pork quiche. But usually they have like a couple different kinds.
Yeah.
Strongly recommend for anyone who is visiting the Mount Pleasant. Would you even call that Mount Pleasant? It's
Dude, we're too far up Maine at that point.
What would you call that?
So Maine.
So Maine?
South of Maine.
South Maine.
South on Maine.
That's what it's called?
I don't really know what that
like
is.
30, like 28th and
Raleigh
Maine?
Park? Is that still Raleigh Park area?
Riley Park would be like 33rd. I guess it kind of is.
I think I'd call it Riley Park, Little Mountain area.
Little Mountain.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, if we give it another year, a developer will brand it for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Bosa will
Yeah.
will come in and give it a name. They're
Yeah.
they're good at naming.
Honestly, they're
neighborhoods.
better at it than me anyways. Let's let them make our communities from here forward.
Mhm. Ty, we're 15 minutes into the episode. Should we talk about SkyTrain oriented development?
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I feel like that meme of the 3 kids in the room.
Yeah. We're on the same colored couch as that.
We are. I'm sitting the same way. I have a lot to say about. I read this whole book called Vancouverism, which is essentially.
Oh yeah, they had the opening party at Inform.
They did. I bought it at Inform, that book.
Wow, I was there for the opening.
That's
and
cool.
I stole one of these Duralex cups from there.
Hell yeah.
There's a chance that one of these is from that store.
Yeah. That's sweet that we both have a connection to this. But essentially, the general concept of Vancouverism is that Vancouver sets up train stations throughout the region connected on the SkyTrain network, and then they change the zoning laws around that train station to be high density housing, and then it grades out to medium density and then low density. And then what you create is many town centers on a network. So even if you don't have the thing that you need immediately within your town center, it should be at least only one town center away, but you can get to any town center you need.
I think the idea is like you have everything you need within 15 minutes of you. However, if you want to have fun and enjoy your life, then you need to hop on a train and go to Vancouver.
For sure. It's everything except fun, and then you go find the fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing because obviously we are both in areas like that where it's like dense, populated, connected by train.
We love trains. We love subway.
We love trains, subway. It's kind of a recurring theme on this pod. Yeah, what's up with that?
It's a weird overlap.
Thing. Isn't it weird that there's like lizard people up there who are just dictating the like world that we are going to live in?
I don't mind it, you know.
You don't mind?
Dude, for centuries, man has looked for a god, and who knew it was other man?
Who knew it was Justin Trudeau?
Yeah, exactly.
Get him out of here. Am I right?
Dude, do you see his situation in Vij's Indian restaurant in Vancouver?
Dude, how do we not talk about this?
I don't know how
on
we
the
didn't
pod
talk about it
yet?
because you
Holy
just
shit.
went to Vij's.
I was just there. I broke bread with Vij himself.
Exactly.
And I saw him in the clip talking to Trudeau. He's like, so sorry, buddy.
So sorry, buddy.
So sorry, buddy.
Free naan for your next visit.
This does not happen very often.
No. Wow, that was crazy. For the breadheads in America, or the ones that missed it in Canada, our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau entered a very famous Indian restaurant in Vancouver. He was then subjected to many protesters who raided the restaurant, berated the man, and forced him to leave.
Yeah, 2 episodes back if you want the review.
Yeah.
Because I was there recently with Bay.
Yeah,
But
you and Justin were like 24 hours difference in that restaurant.
isn't that insane?
It's crazy. You
Because
could have
that
been
place,
there.
because that place is obviously an institution, but it's like maybe not the first place you would go if you're the prime minister and you're visiting. Like, you should be going to Cactus Club probably.
Yeah, it's a really tricky one. I feel like it makes sense why he went there. It looks good. You're supporting minorities. You're supporting like a truly local establishment, but still like kind of big business. You know it's going to be good. The dude was on Dragon's Den.
Was he really?
Yeah, Vij was on Dragon's Den.
Oh shit!
Which is like
What's-
Shark Tank.
It's kind of funny because like, what's your business like plan? It's like I'm gonna open a Sig restaurant. Like,
Oh,
okay.
sorry. No, he was one of the dragons.
Oh,
He was a dragon. He's made so much money
Wow.
selling Indian food.
let me check my prejudice then.
Yeah,
I'm
come
so
on,
sorry.
bro. Like, he's already made it in this country. He's not trying
Wow.
to make it.
Oh, my mistake.
It's okay.
But yeah, that sounds cool. So yeah, big JT pulled up, and all I saw, this is when the clip started, is him sitting down. I'm presumably like waiting for his food still.
Yeah.
A bunch of people saying like pro-Palestinian chants, I guess, ceasefire, things like that. Kind of what you've been seeing all the protests about recently. And then you see him kind of get up and like still smiling and waving at people and kind of just exits gracefully.
Yeah, I think he did a good job of keeping his cool. I couldn't do that under that type of pressure. I would have, I think my emotions would have bottled up and I would have punched a protester.
That's probably the biggest skill you need to have as a politician. It's like if someone comes at you at 100, you need to like smile and then like annihilate them with like facts. You know what I mean?
It would feel very satisfying to do, but it'd be very hard to maintain that disposition.
100%.
Especially when you got like a stomach full of spicy paneer fucking curry.
Yeah, dude, the garlic naan was not helping his breath at all either.
You're heated because your stomach is heated.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I shouldn't have got a 5.
Wow. Dude, I wonder if Justin orders the Boilermaker.
Yeah, fuck.
He's like, let me get a fucking shot and a beer. After that, I need a fucking...
After that, he's heading back to the park and then hang out there.
But after that, Ty, he went to a relatively unknown, speakeasy, I guess.
You went to Narrow Lounge?
I don't know what the real name is, but it's a spot in Chinatown. Do you know what I'm talking about? Did you see the news about it?
No, I didn't see the news about this.
So,
what spot did you go to?
I don't even know what it's called.
Is it Bagheera?
I don't know.
What describe it?
So it's on Main, between Kiefer and Pender, I believe, on the east side of Maine. Mm-hmm. It looks like this awning. It's like a green awning, and it says like Happy Valley, fucking something.
Oh yeah, dude, I've been there before. It's called Bagheera. You have to place a bet on a horse at the horse betting station, and if you place the right bet on the right horse, they will let you into a secret bar, which is weirdly enough Indian themed.
Dude, mixology has gone too far.
It really has, but it's a really nice spot. You should go there sometime.
Fuck, okay.
When I went there, I passed the vibe check according to the server, and then he handed me a special coin that would grant me access whenever I want to go there. So that's sitting on my bedroom dresser right now.
No way.
Yeah.
So is this a coin that you get to keep, or is it you cash it in when you want to go?
I haven't tried using it yet. I have a feeling it's a cash in, but it'd be pretty cool to flash it like the badge of like an RCMP officer. Mm-hmm. I'm the 12. Let me in.
Very interesting. Wealth Simple sent me a cool little keychain for having business with them.
Congrats.
So I wonder if I can just use that to like fob into their offices.
That'd be sick. Yeah, head to Toronto.
So this bar, tell me more about this. Is it real horse racing happening in there?
There's no real horse.
Maybe some cockfights in the basement?
Maybe actually, I don't know about the secret bar, but
that's the secret bar. You're not allowed in there.
There's always a second secret bar.
No coin can get you into the cockfighting lounge at the Bengali Express. What is that place called?
Bagheera.
Bagheera.
It's really funny because Bagheera is an Indian themed cocktail lounge, so they're inspired by like the aromas and spices of India. Mm-hmm. But in particular, they're like, oh, it's between this decade and this decade. It's like 1910 and 20. It's like the decade that Britain colonized India. We're really inspired by the one decade that India was not like run
producing
by India.
anything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they're like, we're going in on that, so we got a few British influences happening here too.
Huh. Very interesting. So what kind of cocktails can we expect to see? Like a mud latte?
And there's a lot of just really aromatic cocktails. It's a very sensual experience. Mm-hmm. But mostly takes on your classics, but pretty strong small cups. Nothing too the presentation is very simple. It's more of like appealing to the other senses other than the eyes. Kind of like Subway. It's better if you close your eyes.
Damn. That's a great parallel.
Dude, that should be Subway's new slogan, honestly. Screw eat fresh. It's better if you close your eyes. Subway should have all the lights out in their restaurant, honestly.
Yeah.
Dark room style.
Don't ask too many questions. No. Like, don't inquire about the bread. You know what I mean?
It's the smell and the flavor that has allowed them to get them where they are. Mm-hmm. Nothing about looking at the meatball is helping.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. Do you think there's a reason why he went to 2 Indian establishments?
I think it has something to do with Canada's I don't know,
the
conflict.
Indian vote?
There's the conflict with India right now because that dude got assassinated. That was
yeah.
So I think he's making a very, very obvious appeal to the Indian community. That's literally, it makes so much sense.
It makes so much sense. Mm-hmm. But also read the room. You know what I mean? It's we don't care about that right now. We care about this other thing.
Yeah.
The reason why the protesters ran him out of Vija's and then also this place. Mm-hmm. What's crazy is apparently 100 cops were deployed to this speakeasy.
Dude, yeah, they put the entire precinct on that.
Which makes me realize speakeasies in 2023 are fake. It's all speakeasies are registered businesses.
100, yeah. The fact that 100 squad cars knew where this place was means it's not a real speakeasy.
Exactly.
And they put it in Google Maps, okay, we'll be there in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Also, how fucking stupid is it that our prime minister went to a speakeasy?
I think it's cool. I think it's cool that he did that. I think it's showing that like he can be young and hip like me.
I don't know, dude. I think it's kind of ironic. It's like, yeah, you guys can have your little speakeasy, but I know what this place really is.
Dude, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The top of the chain of command knows about the speakeasy. It's really not a real speakeasy.
Yeah.
If the president found it.
Yeah, once the mainstream finds out about your cool little indie like thrash rock band, it's no longer an indie thrash rock band.
Dude, no figure of power is going to go to a real speakeasy because it's too unpredictable.
They can't even find it. And if you know it, it's not a speakeasy. That's
Yeah.
just, I think that's what we've come to terms with.
We're technically in a speakeasy right now with our bottle of natural wine and no other people around.
This is the only real speakeasy.
No one knows.
You know what I mean? People's apartments.
It really is at this
Because
point.
like Trudeau can't find us. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, buddy. Unless he has a warrant.
That's true. Actually, I'm sure that the Canadian government is tapping this cast right now.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, we're joking.
Yeah, we're joking. We have nothing to hide.
Also, I'm not in the country.
Oh
Damn.
boy.
That's crazy. Should we visit this place for the pod? Like
Dude,
I've
I
never.
would love to go back. It's awesome.
When
It's
was the last time you were
genuinely
there?
great. Maybe like 5 months ago.
5 months ago. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
They gave you a coin 5 months ago, and you still haven't been.
I haven't
back?
used it. I almost went the other night, but then it was closed.
Oh, they closed the speakeasy on you?
Yeah, they closed the speakeasy. Even speakeasies closed on Mondays. What's up
Damn.
with that?
That is kind of wild.
Yeah, I know.
When I'm back from LA, we'll have to check it out together.
Yep.
Is it the place where you go up a flight of stairs immediately as soon as you walk in?
No, I think you're thinking of like it's called like the Cloud Room in
Yeah,
Chinatown.
it
They
is.
do comedy sets there. I've never been.
They do comedy there?
Yeah.
Wow. One
pretty
time I walked in, and usually I don't like to walk into random open doors in Chinatown, like at a random Saturday night. But I walked in there, and I went up, and yeah, I saw a bar, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And yeah, I had no idea what I was going to see. I could have seen like some way worse things
Dude,
in a fucking
bit
open
dicey.
doorway. Yeah.
Like, and it makes sense that there'd be comedy there though, because comedy shows are always in the most like random locations.
Yeah.
Like you either have like a yuck yucks type situation, where it's like an empty hotel basement that's been converted into a comedy show, or you have like the most derelict warehouse. They're like people will come here and laugh. I feel like there's so many like weird upstairses of warehouses I've gone to in East Vancouver that are just like a makeshift bar, a neon sign, and then a small stage.
Yeah, it started out as a mental institution, then now it's an SRO, and then it became a fourth wave coffee shop, and then now it's a comedy club in the back of a speakeasy.
Yeah, basically, like theoretically, every Subway would make a good like comedy room speakeasy because you already have the bar, you just need to strip it of the glass, and there's limited seating. And a good rule of a comedy show is never having more than like 12 seats because you're not going to fill it otherwise.
Yeah, totally. It's better to pack a room of 10 than to have a half empty room of 20.
Yeah, totally. I remember one time I was in San Francisco and I went to this comedy show that was really random, and I opened the door and the room is literally like 15 feet deep and like 7 feet wide. It was like a shoebox little tiny room. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how does this even have like street access into this space?
Yeah.
And they managed to squeeze about 8 chairs in there. And there's about 5 people already seated. And I was alone. So I thought, okay, bet I'll take a seat at the very back. At least there's other people in here, although it's very small. Miraculously, they fit a bar in there too. There was like, it was like a plank of wood or like, I don't know, like an IKEA stool. They had like like some Captain Morgan sitting on and like a couple cans of beer. So get a drink, I sit down. The comedy show is like an hour and a half. Nobody else shows up except for me and the 5 people. And there was 5 comedians that night. So you better believe I was the only person that attended there that didn't perform. It was so...
Oh, shit.
I realized it about the 3rd comedian. Like, I think everyone in this room is performing tonight.
Oh.
And then they did. Yeah, dude. It was so awkward.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you were the only one in attendance.
I was the only
You had a
one.
private comedy show.
I did. I mean, they were laughing too and supporting each other, but I realized I was the only one that paid to be here, and that means that all these people only got like whatever 1/5 of $15 is for their hour and a half of work.
It's kind of like paying to go to like a Lakers practice session.
Kind of, yeah.
It's like, can I just watch the practice?
Just like all the benched and injured players with you.
Yeah. That's kind of wild. So did you just grab the mic at the end?
I should have jumped up there. I said, friends, we all got to know each other tonight except me.
I think that would have been totally the move. What would your opening stand-up bit be?
Oh, dude, I have a whole. I have a whole set on. I didn't have a set locked and loaded back then because,
So you prepared this like after that moment. You're like, fuck! If I only had like my whole 20 minutes locked in my phone, I could have gone up.
I realized that as a man, I need to have a set ready to go any minute.
100%. You'll never know when you have to give a speech or some kind of address.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have your phone up. Why don't you give the breadheads and myself maybe like a couple minutes of stand-up?
Okay, but I only have like Mitch Hedberg-esque one-liners strung together.
Just give us a couple.
Ah, shit. Okay. After 9/11.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
This is so crazy because if I was in the crowd, I would be losing my shit immediately.
It's a pretty brash opening line, right?
Those are your two first words after 9/11. Holy fuck, dude. Someone's like, this is why we're friends. Like, yeah. I would immediately be on my feet.
Yeah, dude. I want a standing ovation for that opener. But I will close the joke for you. After 9/11, someone at 7-Eleven was like, whoa, that was close. Would have ruined their business.
Shit. I can see like a poorly translated newscast being like, plane flies into 9/11.
Yeah, basically. Damn. It could have gone really wrong for them. What else do I got here? Why don't you just tattoo on socks? Oh, didn't land? That's okay. Let me keep looking.
Is that a question?
Everything I know about hand sex, I learned from Bop It.
Damn. Give us your best one.
I don't.
Did you already?
I'm scrolling through a very long list. I just have a line that here that says Lululemon bag, and there's not even a joke.
Is there anything about Subway? Can you do a quick Command F and let us know?
Yeah, I can Command F it. Let's see what I got in here. Find on note.
Yeah, I need to see if you have any perhaps Subway jokes or something around Fogel.
Oh, dude, the only note I have about Subway was when I wrote the caption to riff off of Jonah Hill's like viral Instagram post where he complained about what qualities he wants in a girlfriend. And somehow that made it into this note.
Oh.
Plain and simple. If you need footlongs with meat, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with other sandwich artists, to model, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the right sandwich artist for you.
Damn.
Poor Jonah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have no humor related to Subway.
That's okay. That's why we have this podcast.
Exactly.
I saw a YouTube video.
Street festival for homeless people should be a house festival. I'm done.
I think you need to like add some substance to these premises,
Build it up a little bit. Start with the bread.
You're kind of just like punching me in the face immediately with
the
joke.
All sauce, no meat.
Exactly. You need to make it through the cheese, the veggies one by one, and then wrap it up for me nicely at the end.
You're absolutely right. Comedy is just a carefully constructed narrative that teases you of a joke about to happen until it comes at the very end, like a couple shakes of Parmesan and pepper.
Absolutely. We all know how the sandwich is going to end, but it's the journey that gets us there,
Hell
right?
Yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Speaking of this journey, this one's coming to an end. Breadheads, thanks for listening.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Thank you for joining us. Think fresh, everybody. Ciao.